I get my news from a couple of different places, but I like to go to a website that the kids call the Underground Forum. And even though I'm a little rough on those guys over at the Underground, they are ahead of the curve. I mean, if you want to know what's coming in MMA, you want to know any rumor, any speculation, they'll let you know. And they'll be right way over 90% of the time. So it's a fun place to go. But I was on there earlier today, and they had done a piece on Stephen A. Smith and his participation with the UFC on ESPN. And I gotta set this record straight a little bit. I gotta give you a little clarity here, and I think it would help to influence your opinions. And I know you guys are very stubborn about who brings you your MMA news. And I know that you see it as a buy-in, that you must earn the right to be at the desk and be calling some of the bigger fights. I get it, and I won't influence you on that. But there is a piece that you're missing, which is Stephen A. Smith is the biggest swinging you-know-what on campus at ESPN. So when he comes and is willing to loan his face and notoriety and voice and opinion and himself to an event, it's a very nice and cool thing. And the reason I'm using the words loan it is he is a guest. Many of you may have missed this, but Stephen A. Smith was not part of the team in that he was paid and hired and contracted to be there. He did that as a courtesy. He respected ESPN enough, and he respects the sport and enjoys the sport of MMA enough that he, on a personal note, took the time to get himself from Bristol to Brooklyn to take in and enjoy the product. When they found out that he was going to be there and enjoy the product, they then leaned on him to come and discuss it. So he was a guest, which puts him beyond reproach in terms of giving a critical analysis of his expertise in the sport. I think because it was Stephen A. and because it was ESPN and because he looked handsome in a suit, there was a misconception that he was there as a higher talent. He was a guest. You really can't critique a guest. When's the last time you've ever seen somebody be a guest on a show and then critiqued him? No, you could only give your critique to the hosts. Just because he was in a suit. I didn't want you guys to be confused with that, and I think that will greatly change your opinion if you knew that he was doing that out of pure love for both the company but also the sport. He was there purely to help out as a recognizable face for the debut of UFC on ESPN. So, I also think your analysis was wrong, by the way. I thought that he did a very good job. But in terms of some of the X's and the O's, look, he's just not going to come out and tell you what a double wrist lock is. He's not going to tell you how to transition from a Kimura to a triangle back to an armbar. The problem with you kids on the Underground Forum is your critics that are really damn smart. That's the problem with this sport, is the fans of this sport went out and educated themselves and became really good at it. So you're able to spot a newbie. But I think it will change your opinion when you realize he was there to help out on his own dime. That changes everything. That gives him a little room to not know how to go from a Kimura to a triangle back to a straight arm bar, right? Gives him a little bit of room. Might want to take that into consideration.